Welcome back to Tony Martini, my 50-year journey with Phillips and Cash. By the way, the football game this weekend is not Saturday night. It's actually Sunday. It's a move because of the Jewish holiday. All the Jewish referees can't get out here till Sunday to referee the game. So it's 2:45 pregame, 3 o'clock kickoff. So remember, special time for the Cobras, which happens to be the 2009 national champions. So make sure you tune in for us on Sunday. Mark your calendars. Tony, I realize I don't do that song any justice, but I can't help it. It's gotten into a habit now.
It's getting better each week.
Is it really?
You should hear him in the shower.
I gotta be. Okay, question for you. Last night on our Vegas Unwrapped flagship show, at the top of the second hour, we posed a question that started some great conversation. All-time favorite movie. We had a top 100 list. It just was something of fun and curiosity, so we were curious. So what's your favorite movies, and if you could pick one, what's your all-time favorite movie?
Gone with the Wind.
See, he and Cammy hit it.
And that was like number, what, 30, I said last night, with like Sound of Music. They were like right there.
No, Gone with the Wind was like in the top 20.
Was it?
Yeah.
Citizen Kane was like 80 on this list.
And then The Godfather.
Yeah.
That was number one. That was number one.
Yes, it was.
That's pretty cool.
You know, everybody thinks I'm a hitman.
Well, you know,
I'm Italian. They
Yeah.
look at my face.
Check,
Right.
check.
Actually, we're not stereotyped in any way.
No, not at all.
And I see you in a suit almost every day, so a suit and a violin. I mean, that briefcase you carry.
And the name rings of mob connections. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
I know this guy named Tony Martini.
Tony
You know,
Martini.
He'll take care of you and everybody else in your family. You know what I'm talking about?
You can hear the whispers as I walk by the tables in the clubs.
He's with the mob. I love that.
But there's no mafia, though. So
No.
no, of course not. All right. So, all right, that's good stuff. Oh, you know what? I want to ask you this, too, before we get into the music. What do you think of your friend Jerry Lewis's performance this weekend? $59 million. And he looked great.
I'm so happy you mentioned that. I will tell you something. That at 84 years young, going through what he went through with the steroids in order to ease the pain and
Sure.
get rid of it completely, and the doctors miraculously made him look 60 years old the other night,
He looked fantastic.
and he was razor sharp. And Jerry, great job.
Amen. We talked about it last
We
night.
talked about him in the perspective, Tony, as a true American hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He amazed me because I was worried about him. But I knew that he had the energy, as we all know, to come back because he had that passion and he will never lose that.
I think the passion this year came from, it seemed like everybody saying he shouldn't do the telethon because of the economy. That was his underlying message every time he talked. You shouldn't do this, the economy, and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, and here he comes in with one of his highest totals in years at almost $59 million.
That's a good example of what Image Productions is going to portray. You are what you think, who you think you are, and you can accomplish whatever you think you can.
Mhm.
And he is one of the most positive gentlemen in the world. That's why he is so successful.
Mhm.
Not only with the motion pictures. You know he's God in Europe,
Yes, in
Yeah.
France.
especially in
was,
France.
Right.
He's God over there. I mean, the standing room only, everywhere. I'm talking mega thousands of auditoriums and stadiums. He's there, Marcel Marceau.
And,
Wow.
you know, one of my favorite all-time movies is Cinderella that he did. And the dance scene where he danced around the princess, right? I did that at my wedding.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, I did that at my wedding. Well, not exactly like him, but I mean, I did enough of it because my wife and I had been talking about it enough. And my kids, we've actually...
They were at your wedding?
Well, I guess sort of in a way. They've grown up watching all those movies. You know, we introduced them to all of that stuff. And it's one of their favorite movies too. But I did that with, you know, around
How
my
wonderful.
great.
That was a wonderful...
Someday maybe we'll get him on the show. I'd love to say hello. I'd probably crap in my pants if I ever met
He's
him.
very comfortable to be with. Do you remember the moment that Frank put him and Dean back?
Oh,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
you talked about it for a moment.
Yes.
1970, I would say 4 or 5, somewhere, or 6 maybe.
Right around there.
And,
He said, I got this guy backstage who wants to say hello to you.
Exactly.
Amazing story, and they had split up, and it was not on friendly terms, and they were the two, one of the, I mean, they were, in my youth, they were the greatest entertainers together. I mean, Martin and Lewis.
Greatest team in the world.
They were tremendous. The movies, the variety shows, it was just.
Do you remember what Jerry said to Dean after everything settled down to fall right back? Do you remember what he said to Dean on the stage? I do.
I don't remember.
After a moment, and they looked and they hugged, and Jerry looked up at him and says, "So what you been up to?"
Gotta love it.
I mean, like vividly. I mean, I could have been any more than, I don't know, 14 maybe, when 12 to whatever, and I remember that. That's one of the best highlights they show all the time on,
You know,
on the telethon stuff.
he's such a class act. I was at the Orleans when he was having this problem. I was sitting in the audience with a friend, a lady friend, and I sent a note back to Jerry and his manager. His manager came out and got me. He says, "Jerry, I'd love to see you backstage." So anyway, the girl I was with, upon entering the room, his backstage room, beautiful suite, went to sit on his lap, and he said, "Please, please, the Enquirer is all over the place. Don't do that." He is such a wonderful, conservative family man that she looked at him, and I looked at her. She respected that immediately.
Yeah.
Great.
I love Jerry Lewis. I love what he stands for.
Yeah, when he this year was the first, no, I should say first. He's always emotional at the end when he does the song.
Of course.
And this
We're all
year,
emotional.
this year he couldn't get past the first verse, where he just "Walk On" is the name of the song. And
You'll
anyway,
never walk.
Walk On, you never walk alone.
I told you what I'm going to do one year,
You-
maybe next year.
you-
I'm going to give him a gift. I'm not going to tell you what it is now, though.
Okay.
All right.
We'll tell you off the air. I already know.
All right.
I'm in the know.
Yeah, that's
Are we all good?
I kind of like it this way because everything that I hear, I'm hearing for
Is
the
it-
first time,
okay.
and I'm enthralled with this entire show. You know that.
So in other words,
I'm
I
on a roll, right? Am I on a roll
Yeah.
tonight?
I
Tony,
usually
you're good,
keep
man.
quiet.
I'm feeling good.
This is great stuff.
So you're on a need to know basis, Cash.
That's okay. I'm
Right
ready.
now, we don't need to know.
I hear you.
All right. So, Tony, set up what now, my love. We'll get ready to roll that as soon as you
What
set
Now
it.
My Love from Frank's duets CD with Aretha. He did, I believe he did 14 songs, and well, I could be wrong there, but 14 numbers, and he did each one with a different star. And this one I stole from him because there's not two people doing it, just me. I hope you like it.
Okay, What Now, My Love by Tony Martini. You're listening to the world premiere on the Tony Martini Show, LVRocks.com. We'll be back right after this song. Listen and enjoy.